Hello. Welcome back. So in this video, I'll be talking about cost management practices because as a cloud data analyst, you need to know how to optimize cost, more like reduce cost wherever you can because staying in the cloud is not cheap. So you need to reduce cost however and wherever you can. And one of the best ways of doing that is locating where your costs locating where the cost management tab is in Azure and monitoring the cost of your resources. You need to know what is costing you. You need to know why it's costing you. It could be the reason, the difference between knowing when to use a serverless SQL pool and when to use a dedicated SQL pool. Could be maybe your Apache Spark pool. It could be anything. So monitoring your cost it is vital, is essential, so then the cost is not wasted on processes that are not needed. So the first thing is you come to your search bar and you type in cost, and what you need is the cost management plus billing, and I can click on it from here, and that's because I'm always checking my cost, always monitoring my cost. If you click on this, you can see the free training and everything. I'm always monitoring my cost, and the reason is because the first Azure account that I got, I wasted $200 in 3 days because I did not read the cost management and billing documents. I did not know where to check the cost. I didn't know how to monitor the cost. I didn't know what resources were costing me. I treated it like I treated free Power BI desktop app. So it was a rude awakening for me. And when I got this one, the first thing was to locate the cost and just to manage it, to utilize it, and to use it to the maximum, to get the best from it while still at a very low cost. So I'll click on this cost management, and then straight up it brings me to a dashboard. And on this dashboard, get started, know how to. It's important to go through all of this, to read them. Very important. The summary. I mean, what's it's like buying a tool or an instrument and not reading the manual on how to use it. Of course, you're going to misuse it. One purpose is not known, abuse is inevitable. So, and now it shows me my amount due, shows me my upcoming invoices. It shows me this month's top products by charges. I can easily see what is costing me. I can see the location. I can see all of those at a glance. I can see my spending rates, and I can also see the forecast. I can see my credits that are remaining, and here I can download usage and prices. If I want to show the management, I can view my Azure subscriptions, manage my payment methods, and all of those things. So the next place would be, what you really need here is the cost management, but you can go through all the other tabs to see what is there. One very important one is, okay, before I go there, let me show you. The tutorial is also very important. Just go through the documents. Okay, cost alerts. What's this cost alert about? What is about is you can set up alerts. You can set up budget alerts, departmental alerts, and what these alerts do is you put a particular threshold. So when it reaches that threshold, when the amount reaches that threshold, it triggers an alert for you so that you can do whatever you want. Maybe you want to pause a pool, you want to stop using a resource, or there are resources that are dormant that you need to take off and delete. That's what the cost alert is for. And here you set up your budgets. That I don't have any budget here anyway. You set up your budgets that you can use for your cost alerts. And so yeah, I'll come back to the cost analysis. Now, one very important place to come to is here. Yes, you can use the dashboard, you can change the service name, you can check it by location, you can do whatever, but a very quick place to come to is a good looking dashboard anyway. But it could be better, I guess. A very good place to come to is here, cost by resource, check by subscriptions, check by services, check by reservations. So resource groups. So monitoring the use of your resources and knowing how to manage the resources, manage funds. It could also be the difference between issuing out premium licenses and pro licenses, knowing when to issue those out. That's another information. So here are all my resource groups, and I have the total of what it's costing me. Now, this because I've used this account in the past few months, I've created a couple of resources, and I can see here that in this particular resource group, my dedicated SQL pool cost me this, my Data Explorer pool cost me this, but my storage account, that's my data lake, my Synapse workspace, my Apache Spark pool didn't cost me anything. So we can see what has cost me here. It's important to know that. Also, I can check this. Also, this is another resource group, and it was my dedicated SQL pool that also cost me money. So I'm going to do a tutorial on dedicated SQL pools, how to query files on dedicated SQL pools, so then I can, you know, understand this costing better. But in the meantime, this is what it is. It cost me. Now, I'm not even using this. The first resource groups, I'm not even using them at the moment. The resource group that I'm using at the moment is this one, and it's not costing me. I've had it for a few days now, and I have my Synapse workspace. It's not costing me anything. My Apache Spark pool, my storage account, no. Bearing in mind that my storage account, I've queried the files using SQL. I've queried the files using Python. I've used the serverless SQL pool in my in this resource, and it's still costing me zero. And the difference is knowledge. So I already know what will cost me and what won't cost me. I know when to use, I know what to delete and what not to delete. You understand? So if I were to create a dedicated SQL pool now and use it in this resource, immediately I'm done doing what I want to do. If I do not need it, I delete it straight away. But that may not be the case in the actual world. In the actual world, you can pause the pool. So you pause the pool. If it's not being used between 9 p.m. and 9 a.m., you pause the pool. So then it saves you resources. So that these are the little things, you know, that we do to optimize cost and still get results. So this is just a brief tutorial. I hope this helps you as it helped me. All right, thank you. I'll see you in the next video.